So you've seen a commercial from the Affordable Life Insurance Helpline on TV, and you're wondering exactly the truth behind how this life insurance policy works. If you're looking for the facts and a detailed analysis from a licensed insurance agent about how this program works, then this video is for you. My name is David Duford. I own BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com. I help people around the nation with their final expense and burial insurance needs. If you'd like a free quote and allow us to shop for you where the best policies will be located for you in your state, go to BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com or just call us directly at 888-626-0439. Without further ado, let's jump in and watch this commercial from the Affordable Life Insurance Helpline and do a little digging to see what exactly it is, how it works, and if it stands up to our test of being a good quality life insurance product.
I've been putting off getting life insurance, and I'm not getting any younger.
Have you been thinking about getting a life insurance plan, but just keep putting it off? Was that a yes? Then this message is for you. I'm David Denowitz. As a legal advisor, I know the importance of life insurance. And that's why I'm here to tell you it's not too late to get the coverage you need. Call now to get affordable life insurance, and rates start as low as $5 a week.
So rates start as low as $5 a week. Does that mean you'll actually pay $5 a week? Does that mean you'll pay $20 a month or $31 a month, whatever it is? No. You see what this statement is, just to be 100% clear, to look on the screen, it's the rates are as low as $5 a week. So that would be like the absolute minimum. And usually the case is if there's an absolute minimum, you likely aren't going to pay the minimum unless you're as the youngest possible in the best of shape. And typically females pay less than males. So you got to be a lady and not a male. So likely you're going to pay more than this. This is just a way to tell you there's a price and this is the minimum to maybe also excite you. And possibly, I wouldn't say they're doing this intentionally, but mislead as to what you're going to pay. Maybe thinking you're going to call in and pay 20 bucks and it's probably going to be some amount more. It could be that much, of course. But this is kind of just a sales ploy, of course, to get you to call the number thinking you're going to pay a low price. Okay, let's continue.
And your acceptance is guaranteed.
All right, so acceptance is guaranteed. Is that truly the case? Well, there are final expense life insurance plans out there that ask no health questions. As long as your age is represented within the product's age range, so it's usually 50 to 80 years old, sometimes 40 to 80. We have products that do just that. Then no matter how bad your health is, you are approved for coverage. However, there's always fine print. When it is that easy to get a policy, usually there's a catch. And the catch typically with guaranteed acceptance plans is there's no full natural death coverage for a full 2 years, so that you have to have your policy in force, meaning buying it, paying every month, and keeping it for 24 months to pass before you're fully protected with these guaranteed acceptance products. So they're easy to get, but there's all these catches when it comes to natural death coverage, and that's how the vast majority of Americans pass away, is through natural causes, not accidental. So you're kind of at risk if you're forced into one of these plans that are guaranteed acceptance. So understand you might have health issues, but that doesn't mean you can't get first day full coverage. It may mean you do. But if you work with a broker, kind of like what we do at BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com, we'll shop around to see what the best combination of price and coverage is. And if possible, and you're eligible from a health standpoint, get you first day full coverage after the first payment for natural and accidental death.
I have a pre-existing medical condition. Is my acceptance guaranteed?
Yes.
Can I get accepted without a medical exam?
Yes. If you're over 50, you can't be turned down for this insurance regardless of your health.
And all of that stuff is 100% true. And now they're qualifying a little bit more, saying if you're over 50 or 50 and older, you can't be turned down for insurance. Now, there is an upper limit in most cases with most products, 80 years old. If you're over 85, you may have access to first day full coverage, but if your health's bad enough, you might not be able to qualify for guaranteed acceptance. So it's not exactly clear here. They may clarify it in a little bit. But point is, if you're under 50 and you've got really bad health issues, you may not be eligible for what they're trying to sell you. So you may want to try us at BuyLifeInsuranceForBurial.com if that fits you. We might be able to do something where they couldn't based on what they're saying so far.
Plus, there's no medical exam and no health questions.
So no medical exams, that is a common feature for all final expense burial insurance programs. Very, very few of them force you to take a medical exam. They usually just run your health records with what's called the Medical Information Bureau and check your prescription history, then levy a judgment if you're going to be approved or declined. So medical exams are not the norm at all. Most companies don't do them nowadays. Most people don't want them. It's just kind of a hassle to do. And the no questions thing is really the norm if you're getting guaranteed acceptance. In fact, what I would argue, and pay close attention to this if you're looking at final expense, whether you get from us or not, is you want to be asked health questions. Why? Because by asking and getting asked questions, if you can answer certain ones no, that may allow you to get a better price and better options for coverage. By taking the no questions asked approach as the first option, you're getting what I would consider to be the worst option. Again, it's the best option if it's the only option for a lot of people, even with pre-existing conditions like heart issues, cancer, diabetes, etc. They can get first day full coverage, not always, but in many cases. So guaranteed acceptance, no health questions asked type of insurance is not always the first choice. In many cases, it's the last choice. It's very much what we call the trump card when it comes to your options for life insurance.
Your rate will never go up. Your coverage will never go down.
And this is the norm for all final expense burial insurance. If you buy a final expense plan, it's likely what we call whole life insurance. If it's not, call me at 888-626-0439. You have term insurance that may cancel, probably will, at some point in the future. So all final expense whole life insurance, including burial insurance, whole life insurance, rates never go up and the coverage never goes down. So again, this is the norm, and you cannot be canceled due to age or health either. So again, this isn't anything particularly special. This is just what everybody else does. So what you should be concerned with is, can I get first day full natural death coverage? And can I get it at a competitive rate? Those are the things as a consumer you need to be looking for, along with making sure the company's legitimate and you're working with a good agent, of course. But you want to make sure that you satisfy those things more often than these features that are really just the norm. Now, let's take a look at the fine print. We have now paused it on the fine print because that's what really matters with a lot of these commercials, right? That's where you're going to find the legal stuff that makes the difference and clarifies all these claims I've made. Maybe you're thinking like, Dave, how do you know this stuff? Well, let me prove it to you. So if you look at the bottom here, and it's in fine print, you may have to scroll on a little bit to read it. I'll read it for you. It says, your plan could vary depending upon your age, health, and issuing company and other factors, of course. And there's no one plan for everybody at the same price with the same conditions. Not available in all states, so you may be in a state where this isn't available. They're in most states, these type of plans are, so usually that's not an issue. Policies may have a graded death benefit for an initial period of time. Now, graded death benefit is another way to say a modified plan, or what we think of like a grade, like stair steps, right? There's a grade as you go up, so it starts low and goes high. So graded refers to the coverage starting low for a period of time before stepping up grade, right, to get to the high level. And again, there's not a lot of specificity at this time in the fine print. It may come later. But what this is suggesting to you, policies may have a graded period. So in other words, you won't get level coverage. That's the terminology we use in the final expense world to signify the client is fully covered for natural and accidental death from the first payment. They're saying this is likely going to be, not likely, excuse me, I'll take my words back, but it could be a point. And if it could be a point, the question is that going to, are you going to end up with graded? It's not clear. The point is you want to make sure to have the option for first day full coverage. That is not clear based on how this commercial is reading, because they were saying it's guaranteed acceptance. This is Kurt Kaiser. It's funny, he's an actor. I've done these television commercial reviews of final expense plans, and he used to be the host, like the legal guy. And now the guy who was doing the hosting is now, I guess, a paid actor to play the part of a client. So I guess that's how it goes, right?
I don't want to burden my kids with funeral expenses. Is my acceptance guaranteed?
Yes. This plan also comes with a double guarantee. Guaranteed acceptance and a guaranteed rate.
Again, guaranteed rate is the normal for final expense whole life insurance. That is something you definitely want. It's a good thing with these plans, but it's not something that's special or unique. The guaranteed acceptance, again, We've made this statement already. It's good that it's there, but it's not always the best option for many folks out there. So understand, you don't want that as a first choice. You want that as a last choice when you can't get anything better than guaranteed acceptance.
Does that mean my coverage would start immediately?
Now check this out, how this is worded. Does your coverage start immediately? Let's hear what their response is, and I want to clarify this a little bit.
Yes. Your coverage begins as soon as your application is received.
So your coverage begins as soon as your application is received. Notice, what does it lack saying? It lacks saying that you're fully covered. If you are fully covered, and this is a huge benefit if you qualify for it, you would say that as part of this presentation. This is an advertising piece. They're trying to convince you to call them and buy from them. Wouldn't it make sense if for everybody you could get somebody fully covered? Of course it is, for natural and accidental death. The fact that it doesn't mention it, and it just says that coverage starts immediately, but doesn't qualify to what degree the coverage starts. Is it partial? Is it full? That's an issue. So my point is, not 100% sure, but by looking at this, it's not saying what we really care about, which is, can I get first day full coverage for natural and accidental death? Because we don't know when we're going to die, right? That's why I'm harping on this so much, because every day is a blessing. We don't know what the next second, the next minute, much less the next day is going to bring. So I want the most coverage as quick as possible. I want my mother to be fully protected for natural and accidental coverage. She's 66 now. I don't want her to wait 2 years if we can help it. And by reading this, if you don't read into that, you may think you're fully covered because it says that it starts immediately. Well, it doesn't necessarily cover fully immediately, and that's kind of the catch.
Remember, if you're over 50, you can't be turned down regardless of your health. There's just one simple question in order to qualify. Are you over the age of 50? If you answered yes, don't wait another minute and call now.
Just call 800-494-8981.
And real quick, we'll just look at the fine print again. Your plan, and it's the same thing as earlier, your plan could vary depending on your age, health, issuing company, and other factors, not available in all states. Policies may have a graded death benefit for an initial period of time, no obligation to enroll, not affiliated with the government. So, same things we talked about earlier.
That's 800-494-8981.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of that commercial. The last things I'll share with you here is that it's not that this product is bad. We don't know which companies it's with. It's probably a commercial used by a third-party marketer that basically just feeds call-ins to agents, and then they talk to you, and then they offer specific types of insurance, final expense burial insurance carriers, and then try to sell directly that way. That's probably what this is, but we don't know for sure what companies they represent. But that's kind of the issue here, and this is kind of why I'm hitting this up with you here, is that at the end of the day, the situation we're in right now is that the way this is being presented is that you may be in a situation where you have a 2-year full death benefit coverage wait for natural causes. You want to avoid this if at all possible, and by calling this number, I can't tell you if the gentleman or lady on the call who's an agent that will help you is going to be able to offer that. Not all insurance agents do what we call be a broker and shop around to find the best coverage. Notice it didn't even say that on the commercial. All of this is to say, if you really care about getting the best deal, you want to make sure you're working with an agent that shops around, that looks at different products out there and offers the best combination of price and coverage, isn't married to one company, but is married to the process of helping you first to get you the best options that are out there. And it's unclear if that's the case in this particular commercial. What I can tell you it is clear is that by working with buylifeinsuranceforburial.com, we can absolutely help you. We shop all the major carriers out there. We work with the name brand companies out there. And our job is simply put, find the best combination of price and coverage. And if you would like more information on how that works, the best thing to do is just call us directly. It's 888-626-0439. Again, 888-626-0439. Or you can run your own free quote at buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. Check it out. And I hope this video was informative and it got you the answers you were looking for. Y'all take care.